to dare to disagree. The weekly episode of podcast where we, a bunch of geniuses from MIT and other prestigious colleges around, not proven, are all out here teaching you guys how to live a proper life. Unproven too, but we'll go with it. I'll be your host, non-host, Jonathan Esther today.
This is Alone in the Dark. Not in Baltimore.
Already. We haven't even started, yo.
This is Puppet Master from the School of Hard Knocks.
But yeah, I mean, I guess if anybody's been watching the news, they know what topic we're gonna be on. I mean,
Teletubbies went on sale.
how possibly could Adam Sandler have offended those Native Americans and made them?
I was just about to say that's been the topic ruling the airwaves.
I mean, it's so surprising to me to think of Adam Sandler of all people making a movie about racial stereotypes. I couldn't believe it, you know? I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think we should do about this? You know, like I've already boycotted Adam Sandler movies because they suck. But I guess I could use.
I'm not gonna lie. Since Mr. Deeds, I haven't been the biggest Adam Sandler fan.
Man, that one movie, Zohan. The first part of it was good, okay, and then I literally got up and walked out on the second part. I have never done that shit to any other movie in my life.
I don't know how you fuckers do that, man. You're right. You can afford to lose the money. Not me, man. I'm there for the whole time.
Man, me and the wife were just sitting there like, yeah, where did Mariah Carey come from? Like, is this some shit I don't know about? And finally, like, after probably 15, 20 minutes of just sitting there bored, I'm like, do you want to go get something to fucking drink? I mean, let's just be the fucking... The whole audience silent. Not a giggle or a murmur, a mumble. Just fucking silence throughout the whole studio. It's terrible. Terrible.
I feel like that guy was a guy who came out. He's like Kesha. That's an individual that showed up at the perfect time in history for them to be able to show up. Or someone like Pitbull, same thing. Just the perfect time in history they could show up. Because later on or earlier, nobody would have given them those fuckers a time of day.
Yeah. Crazy. So anyways, about that incident in Baltimore.
that small, untalked about incident, yeah. I guess, who wants to go first?
Not me.
Fuck. I might as well get mine out of the way. So I was thinking about how I was going to approach this, and I originally wasn't even really going to talk about it. Now here's the reason why I was going to try to avoid it, because for me, all of this stuff we're doing right now is speculation because of one major chunk of information we don't know. What started the riots? Nobody has actually given a concrete answer to that yet, because the media says one thing, Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit all say a bunch of other different things. But I've narrowed it down to two narratives. Either A, those protesters were always on the verge of violence and were bound to be violent sooner or later, and that's just when the levee broke. Or B, those protesters were peaceful, they got to downtown, they ran into those Oreo fans, somebody threw out a racial slur here or there, and that was enough to light the powder keg.
Yeah.
One of those two narratives is accurate. I don't know which one is, and it doesn't look like anybody really cares to find out which one is, even though that is a very important piece of information for us to make all these assumptions we're making.
I mean, in all honesty, it's kind of like, I can't remember the name. It was the massacre, like, towards the beginning of the Revolutionary War. Like, everybody, the U.S. story is, if you go to the history, that the fucking British shot some fucking dude, and that's what caused the turmoil. Really, to this day, we don't know who shot first.
Yeah.
For all we know, a fucking American civilian fucking shot the redcoats, or they shot them. There was some story about some freaking slave that was involved in it. I can't remember his name now. I mean, it's a twisted fucking story, but when we're looking back, you know, what, 400 years, 300 and something years now, does it fucking matter?
Yeah. I mean, true. In the context of the general story, obviously not. There's an endemic problem, and this is just another one of those things. Now, before I go into the rest of this, though, because I am now going to talk about it, and I'll explain why I decided to change my view on that. Before I go into this, I'll start off by saying it. Looting and rioting is terribly wrong. If they can catch the people who did it, they deserve whatever justice our criminal system decides. Period. So we get that out of the way. No matter what I say next, that's where I stand with the looters and the rioting. Right?
Yep.
But after spending about the last 48 hours on Facebook, Instagram, and Reddit, am now very comfortable saying this. I think at this point we can say there's a little bit of a white and black problem.
You know,
because up until now I've been kind of cautious when I have these conversations to make the point that yes, it's predominantly, and I stand by it, it's predominantly a cop versus people thing. That is a major issue. Major issue. But I keep coming up and trying to explain to people that yeah, but being black, you just get that systemic injustice a little quicker, a little more comfortably than a white person. So people have been throwing this stat at me for the last 48 hours, and I'm sure you guys have ran into it here and there. That whole 400 white people to the like 200 and something black people killed by cops this year.
Was it killed or shot? Maybe killed.
Shot by cops. Shot by cops.
Okay.
And they keep throwing that post up as if to say, well, I don't know why you guys are bitching. We have it worse. Now, aside from the fact that I have to explain to these people what the difference between a majority and a minority is and why we're called minorities, aside from that whole thing, because I try to avoid that because I actually don't know the percentage for white people dying by cops versus the percentage of black people, because that is kind of an important aspect. It hit me about halfway through the first 24 hours like, wait, fucker, 400 of you fuckers are getting killed by cops and you haven't said something? And the response I got predominantly from most of the people I talked to was, well, I just assumed they're doing something dumb. I'm like, even with all the videos of minorities clearly getting beat up in situations where they might not have deserved as much as the harsh punishment as they got, yeah, I still believe that. Wow. That's an entirely new level of don't give a fuck. I was like, holy crap, you guys are really just that flipping about, 400 white people killed by cops, fuck them. Wow, dude. I mean, just throwing it out there, man. If there's a black guy getting his back broke in jail, I'm pretty certain there's been a white guy who's had something similar done to him. If there's a black guy running away from the cops getting shot in the back, we can all agree it's probably happened that a white guy was running away and got shot in the back by the cops. The fact that there isn't more video or concern over that is starting to bother me even more, to the point where now I'm just going, what the fuck is wrong with y'all white people?
Well, here's the thing, man. I mean, 400 is a big number, okay? You think about packing 400 people into your house, when you have a 400-person wedding, it's a lot of people, okay? But you're talking about a population of 350 million people, okay? Which I think, I can't remember the percentages right, but I think, what is it, 30... Hold on, let me look at the percentage before I spit out something.
Yeah.
300 million, 400 isn't all that many fucking people.
I agree, and that's why I said earlier, I was like, the percentages really matter. It's really important for you to know the percentage, because it puts that number in context. When you hear that number, it throws you off. But it's not even that bothers me. It'd be okay. I'd be okay with the numbers if I could hear the concern in the voices of, and I am going to say this, white people when I talk to them. I can't count how many white people I saw posting shit like them with their guns in their house saying, I wish those rioters would come to my house, to the point where I started posting all over the place like, you guys sound really excited to kill some black people. You actually legitimately are starting to sound really excited to kill people in general, but we've kind of established it's predominantly black people doing this, so you really sound like white people really excited and comfortable to kill black people. Not to mention, quite okay with the idea of 400 people, whether they're guilty or not, being killed by cops, because they probably were.
Now here's
That when did it get that comfortable for us to think of cops as executioners?
here's the defense I have for those people, which I think they're ignorant too. Okay,
Yeah.
they're not talking about killing white people or killing black people per se. They're talking about killing rioters. I mean,
Yeah.
protesting aren't going to break into their house. People
Yeah.
freaking out there demonstrating aren't going to fucking kick down their door and try and rob them. It's specifically rioters, and we've had these images pop up even when it's white people rioting because they lost, their fucking volleyball game or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I'm not even going into that. That's a whole other thing. The whole difference between how the news portrayed the white people rioting versus the black people rioting. I'm not going to get into that because actually I might, just to hear what Cold Conscience has to say. That ought to entertain.
Here's what irritates me, what I've been seeing a lot, is like I saw they posted Freddie Gray's rap sheet, all the crimes he's committed and shit like that. And
Yeah.
you have a bunch of people down there like, well, shit, these people are really defending this guy? And it's like, wait a second. Are you guys really saying that depending on how much trouble you've got into, cops should be allowed to do their own extrajudicial punishment and kill people out in the street?
Pretty much. Go ahead, sorry.
It's just, it's ridiculous. And here's the funny part is, I saw, and this is it's pretty unrelated, but it does have a similarity. What's his name? Chris Hansen, okay, the dude who does that, the pedophile fucking shows. Dude came on and did like an interview or some shit like that, and some people were talking about it, about the legality of what he's doing, and people are like, even though, yeah, we're talking about pedophiles here, ain't nobody really trying to fucking stress about protecting a pedophile's rights. But in the end, this guy is punishing them before they've even had their day at court. He's freaking publicly shaming them before they've had their day in court, and that's not how the legal, the U.S. is supposed to work. Now, my defense to that is, you know what? There's consequences that are outside the scope of fucking legality.
Yeah, they got caught pretty red-handed.
I understand their point is no matter how red-handed you're caught, you need to go through court first, then be punished.
All right.
Hold on a sec. Public shaming is not judge, jury, and executioner. All right. That's like saying if I get pulled over for a DUI, that cop has to make sure that we pull into a dark alley before he gives me breathalyzer because he didn't want other people to see it and fucking put me in the back of his car in the back alley and then take me to the police station and do it. No. Fucking that shit happened in public. That motherfucker called and set up a date with a fucking little girl and ended up fucking on national television. That's his own goddamn fault.
Oh no, we all agree on that.
Okay.
We all agree on that.
So
I think
that's
point.
not even the same.
Well,
The point he's making is this.
I could make my own points. Thank you, though. Okay.
God damn, all right, whatever.
A lot of what the laws are based on is what a reasonable person would account for as either what a reasonable person thinks is a level of force you need to defend yourself. What a reasonable person could say, hey, a cop pulling over a drunk on the side of the road and him, people driving by and seeing him, that's a reasonable amount of publicity that the cop didn't have any fucking choice in. You committed a crime on a public street, you're fucking doing this. A reasonable person is going to say every cop needs to broadcast every crime that he freaking picks somebody up for before these people have had their day in court. And in all honesty, like this argument came up when when cops were hiding the identity of cops who committed crimes. You know, we were trying to, hey, what the fuck were these name of these cops who killed this person or beat the living shit out of these people? And the cops were doing their damnedest to hide their identities. In my opinion, even though I've used it to my benefit a lot, like when I was hiring people, I would go to the fucking register and see, is this fucker committed any crimes? I don't think that's right that people are being publicly broadcast before they've actually been tried. And again, we're talking about criminals here, and so it's hard to defend the rights of a criminal. But whenever you're talking about rights, you have to say these are the rights that are going to apply to the lowest denomination of fucking citizen, which in my eyes is a fucking criminal, especially a pedophile. But those are the rights that apply to fucking everybody. Our rights are dictated by the weakest link in the fucking chain. If we give them up for this pedophile, that pedophile isn't the only one who lost his rights. All of us did. You know? That's my
Okay,
point.
so
A
hold on.
reasonable person
Let me,
isn't gonna say that a
maybe
cop
I don't know who.
broadcast this shit on TV in order to get his job done.
Okay, so hold on a second. You're talking about an actual cop, Brock? I don't know who you're talking about. I thought you were talking about that show that.
No,
I
was talking about the show, yeah. But
Okay, well that guy's not a cop.
no, he's not, and that's why it's completely outside the scope.
Okay, then we are on the same page. Then
Yeah.
that's not-
Yeah.
But what I'm saying,
well,
is the difference between Chris Hansen broadcasting this shit on TV and a cop having to sneak a drunk in an alley, you know, a reasonable person doesn't view those two as the same. Now, for Chris Hansen's First Amendment rights, hey, he gets to fucking say that shit, you know? It doesn't really bother me because, I mean, shit, watching these shows, and that's another issue, you know, we're kind of getting off the topic here. But if you look at the editing, like fucking Jonathan Esther talked about last time, the editing of those reality shows, it really makes you wonder of how much editing did they do to make those guys look like horrifying fucking criminals. You know,
Right.
to me, I'm looking at it, yeah, fuck this guy, you know? He did all this is open and shut. He's caught red fucking handed. But what was left on the cutting room floor that may change the story a bit? And there is people who have sued them, and I think one against those To Catch Predator things, saying that they completely wrongfully fucking, you know, they slandered them. You know, they made them look like fucking criminals when that wasn't the intent at all. But this is getting off topic, but that's the whole...
All right, let me throw something that's probably going to get you all pissy again. So, yes, guy getting his ass beat in custody, fucking dying due to spinal injury and all that bullshit is wrong. However, everything that happens to you is 50%. That shit wouldn't happen. If you weren't in custody, that shit never could have happened.
Yeah, but now, any of us could go to custody according to the Patriot.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But I'm just saying that you gotta check out my meme.
Jesus Christ. Hold on, let me see. What is this ignorance you put up?
You don't see it? Here, let me broadcast it. You don't see it? Fucking.
No, I need to have Puppet Master talk. If he talks, it pops up on my screen.
Hey, how about now? You see it? You see it? Huh?
God damn. You know what? Text me the thing. Hold on. Oh, Jesus, it was just up. Hold on. Calm down. I'll see, just keep talking. You guys just keep going. I'll see it in a second. It's on my screen.
I don't even know what to say, man. I just gotta hear your response before I can see it come
Jesus Christ. It's not cool. Well, what's up? Wow. Okay, I just saw it. Wow.
But yeah, I would like to hear from the man in the front lines right now instead of us all.
Yeah, I mean, of all the people who have experienced this, Cole Conscience is the only one who literally knows 100% what the fuck he's talking about right now.
Yeah.
What with trying to be a cop in Baltimore and living there.
Live from fucking Afghanistan is Cole. Damn. It is Cold Conscious. Here's the thing, right? Once again, it's not any fucking, it's not any news to anybody that I am both pro police, pro law enforcement, and pro-black because, you know, unfortunate circumstances. So I have, you know, a kind of deal of both. Here's the thing, right? Once again, people who speak, you know, and these are a lot of people from different states and shit like that who speak about this and that and the third and what's going on here, what's going on in Baltimore, what shit happened in Baltimore. You have to understand that, no disrespect to any of you and all, but none of you actually grew up and lived in Baltimore like I did. So you don't see the certain shit that some of these kids see on a daily basis. Police brutality is a big fucking thing here, and it's very fucking strong. And you don't see the shit that happens every day. However, do I agree with the rise? Absolutely fucking not. However, at the same time, I can see where motherfuckers come from. When you take away all the resources that we have here, you close down all the schools, you close down all the fucking recreation centers where people can play basketball and shit like that and do all this other shit. What are kids going to do? There's nothing really for us to do in the fucking city. For everything you gotta do in the city, you have to go to the county. You want to go to the swimming pool?
Yeah.
Fuck, go to motherfucker. I don't have a fucking stop sign, punk ass bitch. When you don't have all this shit and all this fucking resources in the goddamn city, you know, people get fucking angry and shit like this is a common thing that police officers actually do, you know, fucking fuck with us all the time. And fuck with really any citizen really in Baltimore City, not just black, but white people, black people. It happens. I've seen it happen myself. I never had it happen to me, but I've seen it happen, you know, myself firsthand. So when people do this shit, you can't really be surprised. And people say that it's our own shit. I see what you're saying, that it's our own shit, kind of. It's in our neighborhood, but it's not ran by African Americans at all. Most of the time, it's ran by a different race, either a white race or, you know, a fucking Asian race. And I'm not condoning that they do this shit, not at all. And, you know, I listened to the fucking police scanner for Baltimore City. It was very chilling to hear, you know, every few seconds, officer down, officer needed help, officer this, officer that. And it's unfortunate for the black officers, it's unfortunate for the officers who actually try to do good, that this shit happened. He died inside of a paddy wagon, which is, you know, if you look at Baltimore's records, or not look at Baltimore records, it's been a story actually for Baltimore City. For the transport vans that we have, unlike other really police departments, we have a thing here called, you know, a paddy wagon. Paddy wagon is basically, you know, what it sounds like. It's a transportation vehicle for prisoners and people who we arrest. It is known that police officers throw these guys in there and they ride around the city the entire time, which is probably a good 8 hours, because they had 8-hour shift. Now it's 10 hours. A good 8-hour shift. And they would do what is called a brake check. What a brake check is that if you're, just to be fucking smart, there is no seatbelts inside this van. You're handcuffed and it's all metal. And basically what they do is slam on the brakes really fucking hard. That way you can hit your head and shit against the wagon. So a lot of people have been seriously injured and some people have died. Freddie Gray's not the first person to die from this shit. So I can see definitely both parts of it. I can see the police. I actually can't see the police side of it. They're just trying to, you know, defend. They got their orders. They're trying to defend the fucking city. I don't really understand the rioters that much, but I can kind of understand where they're coming from. But rioting is obviously definitely not the fucking answer. But when this shit constantly, I don't know what that is. Somebody just shut the fuck up when a black man's talking. When you know, when shit constantly happens and constantly happens in the city like that, and constantly every day you see shit every day, every month, all year, 365 days a year, it kind of, you only put somebody to that breaking point. Now there's some people out there who are just doing shit, just be doing this shit. Like I seen one guy cut a fucking fire hose.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's just dumb shit. Yeah, that shit right there, I don't condone that shit. However, some of the shit they're doing, I can blame them, but when you see the shit that I've seen, and you know, when you live in Baltimore City, you grew up in Baltimore City, and the fucking shit that goes on in Baltimore City day in and day out, you can kind of see where the anger comes from. So it's one thing with people, the thing that kind of gets me is that people are talking, people are all the way over here in fucking Texas, or people are all the way here in fucking Seattle and shit like that, and don't know what it's like growing in Baltimore. Some people are like, oh, I lived in Baltimore for 2 years or 3 years. Yeah, you lived in Baltimore. Were you born and raised in Baltimore? So you don't see this shit day in and day out. You've seen it for 2 years, yes, and those 2 years might have been the best 2 years of your life. But you haven't lived here throughout the days. You haven't seen the schools being closed down. You haven't seen the recreation centers being closed down. You haven't seen the police brutality. You haven't seen what we call here, undercover cops that you call there, we call them knockers. Knockers are notorious. Yeah, if you look them
jump
up,
outs.
Yeah, right. That's what they're called. Like I said, jump out boy. If you fucking look that up, knockers have this long string of fucking police brutality and whipping people's asses and shit like that. If you see what you see on The Wire all the time, then yeah, it's funny. It's The Wire. That's probably what Baltimore is very like. But if you actually grew up and lived in Baltimore, you will understand. So people who look at this from afar are just like, oh, that's fucking crazy. They should never be doing that. You're right. They shouldn't be doing that. However, you do not know what goes on in Baltimore City day in and day out.
Now, I want, hold on. Let me tack something onto what he's saying real quick. And this is something I've been correcting people about since this thing happened. The first places they showed on TV were two very specific places. It was Pennsylvania Avenue and Mall of Baltimore, as they called it on CNN, which is actually called Mondawmin Mall. Now,
Even I know about that shit.
I'm gonna throw you guys out a huge hint here. Mondawmin and Pennsylvania Avenue were bad places to be in on a daily basis way before the riots. Way before the riots. Like, those weren't places. Mondawmin is not a place where I, who lived in Baltimore for quite a while, was ever comfortable taking any female friends. So it's not like, I mean, people have been shot. When school lets out, Police Command 1, the mobile police unit, would station itself in front of Mondawmin because that's where people would get mugged, stabbed, and killed when school let out. So between that, so when they say Mall of Baltimore, by the way, only the hoodest people shop at Mondawmin comfortably. They do have some cheap outfits, though, so I'm going to say that. But Pennsylvania Avenue, too, as I said, terrible spot. So when people are looking at that environment and going, oh, my God, what are they? No, that shit was plenty fucked up way before CNN showed up. Did the rioters take it to another level with the fires? Yeah. But I'll tell you what, let's be honest, cold conscience, is it that unusual to see crowds of people getting in fights on Pennsylvania Avenue?
Actually, yes, it is.
Really?
Believe it or not, yes. I mean,
Man,
like,
what about Martin Luther King Boulevard? I didn't see it like a couple times.
Listen, it's a lot of drug dealers down there. I was down there not a few days, like a week ago. It's a lot of shit that goes down there. Like, one dude was selling, like, weed and shit like that. And this old guy out of nowhere, he said straight cocaine, really loud. And I guess it's what he's selling. And that made me laugh so hard. He was straight coke. I was like, oh, God damn. I didn't know they sold straight coke. Okay. But I guess they do. No, I mean, it's I'm not going to say it's weird to see fights down there. I've never seen a big-ass fight like that. But
Not like that. No, don't get me wrong. The riots are on another level. I'm not at all saying that is the same as the riots. But I'm saying that I've seen a gang of people going at it on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have before. And, well, kind of getting off a topic of that, I'm not sure if you got to your point or not, but so what? Kind of, get off the topic of that just a little bit. This one also happens too when now it's been known that the command staff for Baltimore City is pretty goddamn shitty. Okay? Now, during the time of Freddie Gray's death, there was a lieutenant and two sergeants there. On the scene at the time of Freddie Gray's death. This is the problem with the command staff. This is the problem with Baltimore City. If you look at the statistics, I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if there's an actual statistic, but I'm just going to, let's say, I'm just going to throw some random numbers out there, which I probably shouldn't. If I'm not going to throw random numbers out there, just off of what I've seen from going to the agility test for Baltimore City Police Department, every person I talked to there, except for three, weren't from Baltimore. So a lot of them were either from Philadelphia, York, Pennsylvania, all of Pennsylvania. Like about a lot of people from Baltimore City Police Department aren't from Baltimore City. Which is, doesn't really sound like a lot. You have a lot of people who are from different police departments who work at different police, departments. But I think Baltimore City is more than anybody, to be quite honest with you. And that's another problem, too, because these guys are coming down, they seeing what they see on the wire, and if you're applying now to Baltimore City Police Department, you're seeing what's on TV right now. You never lived here. You lived in Pittsburgh. You lived in Philadelphia. You never actually grew up here. And those guys are gonna end up probably getting hired. And now they seeing the shit that they see on fucking fucking news and CNN and shit like that. Now they're gonna believe that every fucking person in Baltimore is a criminal. So they're gonna treat you like a criminal. That's why they end up killing random people and beating the shit out of them, because they don't have to live here at the end of the day. They could live they live in Pennsylvania, they drive 2 hours away a lot of times, and they live in different fucking states. So they don't have to live here. They don't have to worry about it. Once they leave, it's that fuck it, I just work here. I don't actually care about the city. I'm getting paycheck.
And that was the point. Like, a lot of people are saying, like, no, guys, cops want to defend their city. But you brought that shit up before, and it almost doesn't seem like this isn't these cops' city. They're not trying to defend their city. It's like they're coming from out of town to police these unruly minorities, and then they go back to hang out where the fuck they came from. So that's, I think, a big problem with the mentality of the cops, too. It's not their city. They're not here, providing a service to their friends, their neighbors, their freaking co-workers. They don't fucking know these people. They don't give a shit about these people. I'm coming here, making my money, fucking up some minorities, going home.
Yeah, that's absolutely the point, man. Most police departments across America are exactly the demographic, exactly what you said. Maybe half of them have roots, but the other half, they came, they got picked on in high school in fucking Seattle, and they moved to wherever the fuck so they could go bust some heads.
I mean, we even ran into that stuff in the military. I mean, I'm sure Puppet Master and Alone in the Dark can testify. You've met that one dude that was clearly picked on in high school, who gets a little bit of power and all of a sudden is tripping over people that are a little have lower ranks than they do.
Absolutely, but here's the thing. I know of a sheriff's department and a police department, and this is just two that I know for sure, that you cannot get a job there unless you live in that jurisdiction.
Good.
They will not hire you unless you live in their jurisdiction.
You should be able to show ties to that community for 5 to 7 years. Really?
I like that. I think that'd be a fantastic rule to institute in every police department.
I agree.
And a lot of police departments have that. Is you have to at least live, maybe not 5 to 7 years, but you at least have to live at least 2 to 3 years in that community to become a police officer there, which makes sense.
I can go and get in-state tuition by running into these states, but I could go be a cop and police these motherfuckers? Like, that's a little ridiculous. I gotta live for a year. Most states require at least a year before I can get in-state tuition just to go to pay you to let me go to your school. But you can run in and be a cop right off the fucking bat, That's ridiculous.
You know what's real shitty? President Obama ain't gonna be able to do anything without people thinking it's a bad idea. He could state the fucking obvious, and somebody will say it's a bad idea when it's already happening. But in America right now, I mean, it's not anything new, but we've got an epidemic with what's happening in our police departments across the fucking nation. And what we really need is some sort of type of oversight agency, a regulatory authority, to make sure these motherfuckers aren't abusing their power, which they are obviously doing. It's not like it's anything new. Week in and week out across America, it's not just one particular area. All over. We need some type of regulatory authority because obviously the fucking states, we need states' rights. Well, they can't fucking handle it because they ain't getting it done. We're getting people getting killed for no fucking reason just because a goddamn cop wanted to get his jollies off by hitting a fucking curb real hard and knocking a fucking guy's head off his shoulder.
And that's why I say that legalizing weed across America is the solution.
Like
I mean,
Amen, amen. Amen,
Yeah.
amen.
and you know what's so crazy about that? I'm pretty sure the lieutenant and the 2 sergeants that were there at the time probably, like I said, probably wasn't from Baltimore. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
And I've applied to be
what does that mean? That means the driver is guilty at a minimum of criminally negligent homicide. At a minimum. If you brass tacks, what he actually did was secondary fucking manslaughter. But at a minimum, he should at least be arrested on criminally negligent homicide. If you're driving a vehicle, it's your fucking responsibility to make sure everybody's secure in that vehicle, especially if it's fucking handcuffs.
Yep. Now here's another funny story, because everybody keeps kind of pointing out Baltimore. But look at Baltimore. Baltimore has a terrible crime rate. Baltimore's been a rough city anyways. Those cops have it hard. But those aren't the only stories going on right now involving fucking police officers being completely out of their goddamn minds. The fucking district attorney of Albuquerque is being threatened by the police department because she's charging 2 of them with murder after they fucking murdered a homeless person. Some of the police officers came to her and told her, hey, you need to watch your fucking back because the police department's pissed that you actually charged those guys. And now she's having to live in fear of her own fucking police department. Because she did a DA, a fucking district attorney of all people. If she's in fear, are you telling me really us citizens have nothing to fucking worry about? Now that's Albuquerque, okay? There's a little shithole town, fucking New Kinloch, I think that's what it's called. It's in Missouri. They just got a new mayor. They elected their first female black mayor, right? The first day that she got elected, all the police officers quit, took off, and wiped the fucking computers. Now, there was already issues saying, wait a second, there's 20 fucking cops for a town of 300 people. That is hugely overstaffed. That's 1 cop for every 15 people. Find another fucking city that has 1 cop for 15 people. So there was already talks of, hey, they're misappropriating funds. There's some fucking problems here. That other mayor's in on it. So they elected a new mayor, okay? First, all the police officers took off. Then they came back and blocked that mayor from getting into City Hall, saying that she's being impeached. She hadn't even started work yet. And they are refusing to allow her to get into City Hall, saying she's been impeached. She can't get in. They're not allowing her to get in to do her job. This is straight up organized crime right there. They are taking an elected official out of City Hall for their own fucking means. She hasn't been impeached. She hasn't been served papers. An impeachment process takes months, and during that whole time, she's supposed to still be doing her duties there. They're blocking her from getting in there, and this is speculation, but a lot of the citizens are saying they're in City Hall destroying fucking information while she can't get in. Right. So this isn't just a fucking Ferguson problem or a Baltimore problem. Did you guys see that video of that dude getting his ass beat after he stole a horse?
What? No. No.
Yeah, out in California.
Oh yeah, actually yes, I saw it. The top-down view GTA style.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
he was ready for it.
That was San Bernardino, okay? And mind you, people have been talking about how fucked up that police department's been for a long goddamn time, okay? So
and they knew the camera was there too.
Yes, it was a fucking police chopper. They're chasing the guy through the desert, and I guess he was running from them, and he got a fucking horse and decided to keep running on the fucking horse, okay? They caught up to this guy. Horses aren't built for fucking day-long rides like people think they are. This horse fucking wore out on the guy. Police caught up to him, tased him, and brought him down. You see the police chopper's hovering over him. You see the dude hit the ground, fucking, oh shit, face down on the dirt, puts his hands behind his back. First cop runs up and starts beating his ass, okay? Dude's giving up. He's fucking on the ground surrendered. Second cop runs up and does a field goal kick right in his fucking nuts and
It was
starts
awesome.
beating his ass. Then you keep, because these cops had spread out across the desert to, corral this guy in so he couldn't get away. These cops are running in from all over, and every time a cop runs up, you see them see what's going on, sprint over, and you're like, finally, here's those good cops everybody keeps telling us are the majority. He's going to stop this ass beating. Dude just runs in and starts beating the shit out of this guy again, okay? 10 fucking cops in a row did that same shit. Some of them had to back off because there wasn't enough room to beat this guy's ass. They stop, and he's unconscious on the ground, and they just leave him there for like either 30 minutes to an hour, no fucking medical treatment. He's lying in the fucking desert, unconscious.
In all fairness, one or more of those police officers had to go get medical attention from dehydration, probably beating his ass so long, though.
2 of them got dehydrated for beating the shit out of the guy, and then people talk about that. He injured 3 cops, okay? Because one cop got kicked by the horse. The horse was like, "Stop, guys!" The fucking horse knew it was wrong, and the cops couldn't fucking figure it out, dude. So this isn't just a local fucking problem. It's not just a problem of these black fucking communities like everybody keeps trying to blame it when we heard about Ferguson and Baltimore,
Alan,
and Oakland riots.
They beat his ass like an undocumented worker in Red Bank, Tennessee. So,
It's ridiculous. You can't go a day without seeing another fucking cop committed a crime. And that reminds me, and I might be wrong about this, okay, but I've been trying to find it. I couldn't find anything. Cool Conscience was talking about that shit, those rough rides that happened times before. Baltimore has been sued for paralyzing 2 people in those rough rides. They paid out millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars that the citizens of Baltimore, the ones being abused, had to pay. I can't find anything about a cop losing their job for those.
Yep, because they didn't.
Now, I mean, I might be wrong. I never saw something specifically saying they kept their jobs, but I didn't see anything about them getting fired. Okay? And that's the problem. Why should a citizen have to pay out like $40 million in fucking settlements and the cops keep their jobs and continue to do this shit until now we got a fucking riot going on?
Okay. So
I don't know,
real
man.
quick, Alan, I Alone in the Dark, I put up a link. Kinloch, Missouri, right?
Yep.
It's right outside of Ferguson. And you're talking 1 cop to 15 civilians, right?
Yeah.
The crime rate in that town is fucking astronomical compared to Ferguson.
Let me see. What's the crime rate of this? What is it?
What's that? Oh,
what is it per 100,000?
per 100,000. Hold on a sec.
That's the benchmark. I know that they don't have 100,000 people, but that's usually the benchmark.
Hold on a sec.
The
I gotta figure out where I lost where I was. I have to go back.
Come talk to me if it's above, say, 1,200.
out of murders, rapes, robberies, assaults, burglaries, thefts, auto thefts, it adds up to 1, 2, 5, 11, 17, 20.
Well, yeah. That's 1,200 per 100,000.
crimes in 2010.
That's about like Chattanooga. That's like Chattanooga. So if you're doing your math correctly, Chattanooga should have 30,000 officers.
Yeah.
Because we've got the same proportion of crime rate. We actually looked it up the other day, so I can assure you Chattanooga doesn't have 30,000 fucking officers. We just have officers that know how to do their fucking job.
Right. My point was, hold on, my point was, God damn, man, that guy talks over everybody.
Yeah, he does.
Everybody. He cut Mike off earlier, and Mike didn't even finish his conversation. That's just intense.
No, I mean, as we speak right now, I'm flying to Tennessee to, you know. Don't even worry about it.
Look, man, my point is, if you got one officer per 15, the crime rate shouldn't be this goddamn high.
Well, that's
Yeah.
their job. Yeah. There's no, and I mean, they've never been accused of doing their job. Is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
Of course not. God damn.
I can tell you this though, you can knock Tennessee all you want, but I can assure you this: if police tried to pull the bullshit that they're pulling in Baltimore and jumped out, what do you call that? The knockouts or the jump out?
Yeah.
Knockers.
Fucking shot. They get shot.
Well, you know why? Because y'all white folks have an
yeah,
easier time getting guns.
You know what? You would.
No, he's not.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Jesus.
I know.
Hey, look. We just have an easier time getting them legally. You guys have an easier time getting them illegally.
I mean, I'm about to say, let's be honest. You motherfuckers are white down there. I'm just be honest. I'll be honest. By time that shit would happen, y'all probably would have been the less black people. Let's be honest.
You ever been out?
Good.
That shit don't happen in Alabama.
Because once again, white. You don't mean to be racist here, but that's as much
Right, Alabama's like 95% African American.
95?
It's high.
And
Yeah, it's like a
now,
goddamn oil slick.
totally there, man. But you can't go anywhere without. I mean, it's got to be a majority north of Birmingham. The north end of Birmingham is majority African American, and you don't have that shit happening.
What did Puppet Master call that shit? Inkwells?
Inkwell.
Oh hell! I mean, you can't lie.
That boy said, "Yo, Puppet Master, you sounded straight Tom Sawyer when you said that shit. I used to go swim in the Inkwells. God damn, this dude right now, man, like he out of a Dickens play."
Hey,
I mean, listen, that might be the case. I really don't know. You probably will shoot them down there. I guess we don't have the same resources as you got. I really don't know. Listen, at the end of the day,
Christ.
Let's be honest. Come on. Let's really be honest here. You might shoot them, and you'll probably get away with it. But we don't. Come on, man. Come on. This is Northfield. Come on, man. Come on, man. We ain't. Come on, man. My man. Listen to me, my man. Come on, man.
That boy put his face on camera for that one.
I'm just saying, you gotta. I mean, I see what you're saying. You probably shouldn't shoot the police. I wouldn't recommend shooting the police. Con, man. It's just
they're not telling you who they are. They're not telling you who they are. They're just like anybody else. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
if the police not telling us who they are, I mean, they're not, are they?
That's the vibe. That's maybe I'm misunderstanding how you're explaining what those jump outs are. They're jumping out and they're in tactical gear, but fuck, that don't tell you that they're bullies.
I mean, no, it absolutely doesn't. But when somebody has a gun on their hip and pepper spray and a nightstick, you kind of don't want to fight back because you might get a fucking Nike boot in your ass. And
it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just had to take that L. I mean, you're not gonna go 16-0, and sometimes you gotta take that loss. I mean, think about it like this, right? Right? It's a basketball season. Basketball season is 82 games. You're not winning 82 games straight. You might have a winning record, but you're going to have to take about 27 L's. So,
Now, I will say this, man. I say everything I'm saying, never having had a bad interaction with a cop in Baltimore. I want to make it... Yeah, and I want to make it clear. I want to make it clear, man. When was it? No, I had one out here. I've had more bad interaction with cops in Orange County than in Baltimore.
I thought you had one here.
Oh, no. See, that was different. That was me pulling the cop over. That was a whole other thing.
Yeah, I mean, until you realize he's fucking honest.
Yeah, I realized. Quick story then. I'll shoot it quickly. A cop cut me off. The cop cut the car in front of me off, almost causing the car in front of me almost causing me to crash into the car in front of me because they cut him off. The light turned green. The cop wanted to beat the red light, so he turned his light off, turned his light on, went through, and turned his light off. So in my rage at the time, I chased the cop down and pulled the cop over. It wasn't until I got out the car, and now it also helps that I was driving Mercedes-Benz at the time, so I had a strong chance of not getting killed immediately. But when I got out the car and the cop got out the car and I realized, one, he was very bald and very white. Two, he was in really good shape and 6 foot. And three, I'm a black guy in a blue light neighborhood. I quickly became, I didn't apologize, but I wasn't as harsh as I had planned to be.
Right the fuck down, huh?
Like, no, I just pulled the officer over to make a strong statement about I think what he did was a little unsafe, is what ended up coming out of my mouth, even though I originally meant to say, fucker, fuck you, you almost got me killed, give me your badge number.
I totally see it going like this. Sorry, man. I thought you were somebody else.
Yo, no. See, the problem with that is it was way too clear that I was being aggressive when he pulled over. Way too damn clear. So,
Okay, so
there was no me pulling that shit off.
Not that this part of the conversation even matters at this point, but just to put it in perspective, Cold Conscious, the national average of African Americans, percentage-wise, in 2013 for the entire U.S. was 13.2.
Okay.
For Alabama alone, it's 26.6. So it's double the national average just in Alabama.
Goddamn.
you got listen. Most of those people probably go to Alabama University, and most of them probably play fucking sports. Okay.
No, but
Just saying.
That's wrong. That was wrong.
That's just okay. For instance, that's just like in Mississippi, right? Most of the people in Mississippi on the state patrol in Mississippi are black. They have no choice but to be black, or even they'll be lynched. Goddamn.
You know,
that one makes it sound as if cops come into Mississippi white, join the police force, turn black.
you know who they really are? Is those people who are still in Alabama and fucking Louisiana and Tennessee. Those are just the lazy fucking slaves, man. Those guys are like, fucking I'm free.
calm down there, boy.
Guess I'll make it right here.
God damn.
All jokes aside, Miss Faye is still a Conway, Alabama. Don't ask me to fucking spell it. As defense cooking, hands down, in my whole territory. Amazing food. Pulled in, she's in there watching her conversation. Amazing lady. Best food.
Don't talk about your food. Now here's something I want to do real quick, okay? To try and rile things up a little bit, because I think we're a little too much in agreement, okay?
Okay.
Of course, we're all, we understand the protesters, you know what I mean? We understand their plight. They're out there fucking chanting at rallies and shit like that. But, those rioters, okay? Everybody right now is riled up against them, which I totally understand. I mean, a lot of what I think those rioters are people taking opportunities. Hey, the cops are hemmed up over here. These people are fucking demonstrating over here. There's a TV right fucking there, okay? But when you start running out of avenues to fix things, like the whole U.S. is having this problem, and Baltimore is, where you can't get your local people in the police department. Isn't that right, Cold Conscious?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was about to say. Absolutely. Before I got cut off, I fucking forgot.
The police force to try and change shit is slowly getting out. They don't care about you. They're not going to let you in. They're going to go to Pennsylvania and get somebody who don't give a shit about the fucking population.
Yeah. Now let me explain this story real fast for people who don't know on air. For people who don't know. I applied for Baltimore City Police Department. Last year, I went through the process. I got all the way to a certain point in the process. And for all of you don't know, I have a very clean record, which is saying a lot to live in the hood of Baltimore City. Now, it's not the roughest hood in Baltimore City by any stretch of the imagination. However, it is still in the hood. It's still considered the hood. It's still considered Baltimore City. And to be in Baltimore City with, like I said, some of the corrupt cops, it's very refreshing to see somebody who's never been in trouble, who's never been caught up in anything like that, never been caught up in any drugs, anything, hanging with the wrong crowds. I applied for Baltimore City and I was dropped from the process. To which, when I called Baltimore City, they didn't give me a reason, which is bullshit, because I talked to police officers at my job every day who are from Baltimore County Police Department. I talk to police officers every day, and they say they could give you a reason on why you wasn't hired, which makes them believe that wasn't a good reason. Now, I was born and raised in Baltimore City, don't have anything on my record. I'm clean as clean could get in Baltimore City. Here's the thing. I talked to a Baltimore County police officer who works closely with Baltimore City. Before I get into that, I know people who applied to Baltimore City Police Department who were not accepted. My cousin applied to Baltimore City Police Department. He's permitted to carry a gun legally because he's a security guard now. He's permitted to carry a gun legally, and he wasn't hired by Baltimore City Police Department. Now, how is that possible is really beyond me, and I know a lot of other people who applied to Baltimore City Police Department and did not get in, but they would go to Baltimore County or Anne Arundel County or Montgomery County or Howard County, whose processes are a lot more strenuous, and get in there. I talked to a Baltimore County police officer, like I said, who worked closely with Baltimore City, and he knows guys who not only did not pass the agility test, but have multiple arrests, has tattoos up and down their arms, who doesn't shave and shit like that. They don't really look like, he's like, to put it lightly, they look like fucking thugs in police uniforms, and it makes him cringe every time he sees it. So he was like, you know what, the fact you didn't get hired, I wouldn't worry about it. I'll go to Baltimore County, Anne Arundel County, you most likely you get hired there. And these are guys who have, one guy walked into the academy with an open fucking warrant in Baltimore City. An open warrant into a police academy. And somehow was able to get hired. I mean, he got arrested eventually, but somehow was able to make it to the fucking academy. It's really beyond me how they do that. And you're right, they probably get somebody who doesn't give a shit about the fucking community, who actually really not trying to make a difference, and hire these fuckers. The last academy class that came out, which actually is funny, because Baltimore City was on their shit, I will be just graduating this month. Because I would have went in October and been graduating this month. I won't be at fucking Giants. Fuck Giants, by the way. Trying to call me into work. Fuck them. I will be graduating right now, which is actually funny. The last graduating class, maybe two people or three people were actually from Baltimore City. The rest were from everywhere else. So yes, that actually puts it into perspective right there. I have no record. I lived in Baltimore City all my life, and somehow I wasn't hired. And everybody who I from Baltimore City weren't hired. And my father says the same thing. He was like, "That's a little bit dicey that they didn't hire you. It's really weird." They didn't want to give me a reason for why they didn't hire me. So you're absolutely right. They seem like they want to get people who don't give a shit about the actual making a change, because there are people on the force right now in Baltimore City who have multiple arrests, but they're hired, and now they have 10-year careers in Baltimore City or 5-year careers.
Now, quick question, just to play devil's advocate. Do you think one of the reasons might be because they worry that if you were born in Baltimore, you might have connections with the local crime?
Connections?
Yeah.
That's really not a good enough reason if you've never been in trouble before. If
True.
you've never had any run-in with the police department ever before. I mean, that might be, quote-unquote, that reason. But even so, they put you in a spot where you've never been. Like, I live over on the west side of Baltimore. I know people on the west side in my neighborhood. They would put me on the east side, or somewhere in northeast, or somewhere where I was never born at, where I don't know anybody. They have to do that. That way you don't know people. And it doesn't even matter, because in Baltimore City, I know fucking cops who lived in their neighborhood and still patrolling that neighborhood. Actually, I think at one point in time, Baltimore City actually had a rule that if you were born in this neighborhood, you actually had to patrol this neighborhood, which is fucking weird for a police department because it's very dangerous because people can find you easy. And I've seen a lot of cops sit on the corners with the bad guys, with the drug dealers, with the pushers. And I've seen them sit up there as if they was fucking, you know, one of them. So that's not a good enough reason. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's my point is there's one avenue to change things that just got removed. Okay? If you're trying to change your neighborhood, we're removing it for undisclosed reasons and random fucking excuses. Then how about we get some politicians in to change things? Well, then we get the issue like in fucking Albuquerque where the politician is being fucking threatened. Also, we have another difficulty of the Supreme Court deciding that votes don't really matter. It's money that matters who elects our people. So if you're not rich, you're not changing shit either. Right now, what the U.S. is doing is taking out everybody's avenues to change things and leaving them with nothing, which leaves no fucking way to exhaust this fucking frustration. Okay? We talked about it a bunch of shows ago about, hey, the way shit is going, it's almost looking like the only possible way for a solution is a fucking revolution, and those things are fucking nasty. Us, right here, I'm too comfortable. I got a fucking motorcycle in the parking lot, I got 2 kids and a wife, I'm not gonna be fucking fan on the goddamn revolution. But the funny part is now we're looking at these protesters who, yes, are tearing apart their city, they're burning down CVS's, oh my god, you know, that's irreplaceable. They're busting windows and shit like that. If you look through history, how these revolutions started. It was a bunch of fucking criminals tearing shit up because they couldn't get their way any other way, and they went and busted up the town. And yeah, they usually were led by criminals. Fucking John Hancock, he was a goddamn smuggler back during the fucking colonial days. Okay, the Boston Tea Party, you guys hear about that bullshit? That had nothing to do with taxes. Fucking John Hancock and the other smugglers could only import tea at a certain price, and when Britain made that deal with the East India Trading Company, they could bring in better tea for even cheaper, even counting the taxes. They didn't want the competition. That's why they dumped the tea. Nothing to do about taxes, nothing to do about representation, none of that shit. They were led by criminals to go fucking make a revolution, and now we got the U.S.
So what you're saying is par for the course, right?
What I'm saying is, if let's say that they...
Is that still in y'all? I'm gonna log off now. Oh.
America is bad! You still there, Puppet Master? Still there?
Yeah.
And I don't agree with all the motives of these fucking people, but if you look at history, they're following the fucking ways of history. You start taking away the citizens' chances to change things legally, through the system, peacefully, and then they fucking snap and burn down your goddamn city.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
I think a turning point would be when you have more officers suing the city for wrongful termination as opposed to more citizens suing the city for the absence of the officer.
Yeah. I'll take that. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to defend, and it's hard, especially looking at history in the present. Okay? And somebody better shut that damn kid up. That's what I'm going to fucking looking at history in the present, because back then, I mean, if you look at what the U.S. teaches us in high school about the U.S. history, it's all fucking bullshit, okay? I mean, you hardly get any real facts about what really happened during our freaking revolution. It's all very pretty shit, you know, everybody's a bunch of fucking heroes and freaking enlightened motherfuckers, shit like that. But during that time, I guarantee there was people calling people during the revolution a bunch of rioters, a bunch of criminals, maybe even a bunch of thugs of what they were doing at that time. Now,
I'll tell you...
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say real quick. One of my funniest memories when I moved here from Africa is the way we're taught history in other countries. Because I don't know if you Americans know this, but the rest of the world is required to learn your history. You're that interesting.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we're the one that required you to.
Right. No. Believe it or not, it was the British and the French. But the funny part about it is we learned the proper history of the revolution. So imagine my surprise when I first came here and I heard Thanksgiving being described as the Pilgrims and the Indians sitting together for a healthy meal, and we're like, no, that's not what y'all did.
You guys didn't really do that shit at all.
If there was anybody at the end of that meal, it was a lot more Pilgrims than Indians.
Well, hold on a sec. You're saying we didn't have a meal together and that was singing Kumbaya and we were good?
No, man, I'm not saying that at all.
Oh,
yes,
man.
yes, I am. Yes, I am.
You almost tainted my views on America.
I could feel you going communist.
Maybe the rest of the world did it wrong.
Look, the reason I love us is because we were savages.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, that's my point is maybe, I mean, it's hard to look at it, and especially when you're looking at a bunch of people who are definitely in it for the wrong reasons. But maybe these writers aren't as fucking wrong as everybody's making them seem. Maybe they're not the fucking, yeah, fuck these guys, peaceful protests are the way. Yeah, those peaceful protests have done a whole lot of good. Make you Occupy, you totally finished the fucking the fight there, didn't you guys? What has a peaceful protest done any time in the last decade?
I was pointing out to people, hilariously, exactly just how much things have changed since Occupy Wall Street.
Yeah, so much has changed. Now just people are more secretive about it. That's about it.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, you know, right now curfew just hit, so if your ass is out in fucking Afghanistan, they're shooting motherfuckers on sight. Actually, no, I don't know, they're shooting motherfuckers on sight. Like, I'm trying to make a difference, so I gotta take away all the black people as possible.
They can hardly see you guys, man. They can shoot nobody.
What's that?
It's nighttime. They can hardly see the people they want to shoot.
Oh yeah, no, trust me, I got on. Listen, if you can see
Close your eyes and shut your mouth. You'll be fine.
I got on all black, and I got on this fucking tight ass Go Army U.S. Strong shirt, so they think I'm one of them.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on.
Co-conscience.
Yeah.
Tell them about your car earlier today.
I read the message. This shit's so funny.
What car?
Guys, Co-conscience has a quick story for. Can we have him as our final thought?
Yeah, let's do it. I like that.
All right. Final thought, Co-conscience. Story.
I mean, I have two final. Okay, I have a point trying to. But yeah. So, listen to this bullshit here. They knew they was fucked up for asking me this, right? They was dead to rights asking me this bullshit. So, I go outside, I see my friends who live around the neighborhood, and to no surprise, they was part of fucking quote-unquote purge here in Baltimore. So, they fucking went down to Montgomery Mall. One of my friends got caught, and the motherfucker just got out. He's the slowest runner in the goddamn group. So he knew that he couldn't goddamn well. Everybody got out except for him. He's the slowest runner in the goddamn group. I am not surprised he got caught. Bastard. Anyway, they went down to the mall and supposedly supposed to be another purge at another mall out in Baltimore County. Now, Baltimore County supposed to be having that bullshit because Baltimore County is not like that. They'd probably send 2 police officers out there and be like, go back in the house. You guys know you're not like that. So, my friends come out the side of their fucking neck to ask me with a straight face, hey, Mike, you feel like, and I'm going to say my name, Mike, you could probably feel like driving us down to the purge? I'm like, no. I'm not driving you any motherfucking where because you know what I want to do, law enforcement. I'm not driving you any goddamn where. They were like, oh, okay. Well, can we at least borrow your car? Who in their right mind asks somebody, can I borrow your car to riot? I had to tell them, like, listen, I don't know if you guys are high on Percocet or like, wasted or whatnot. I'm not sure what your hood type, what the fuck you're talking about. But listen to what you just said. Say that back to me as slowly as you can. They were like, okay, and
these dumb motherfuckers said it back to me. They were like, "Can we use your car to riot?" I'm like, just for being a dumbass. What the fuck? No. The fuck you Sam? Okay, so you get a license plate on my car and then fucking come back to my house and I have to. Then as soon as I fucking snitch on you, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, snitches get stitches." Fuck that. The thing they kept saying to me, which made it kind of funny, was like, "Man, that was a part of history. You was a part of history. You stole fucking liquor and some jeans. You part of history." I'm like, if that what history is, I damn sure don't want to be a part of it. Listen, I wish Flow Chemicals on the show right now so he could just fucking tell you how dumb this shit is. If anybody asks me to borrow my car to ride again, I'm punching you square in the dick. Square in the dick. Right in the dick.
You know at least one of us is going to ask you for your car so we can go ride, right?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, well, sure. Why not? Why not use my Jeep to go ride?
It's a good car, though. It's one of the few all-wheel drives in Baltimore. It's a good car.
Can we borrow your car? Can I drive it? You know I can drive. What the fuck? Boy, I tell you, I think people in Baltimore just going fucking crazy. They must have been high, but they was dead serious. He looked at me with the straightest face. Can we listen, this is why I need Caucasian friends, because I feel like African-American friends want to ask me that shit. They're not African-American. African-American. It's different between African-American and black and niggas. They were just niggas. That's all. That's all. I can no longer consider them my friends. They're just neighborhood acquaintances at this point. Can we borrow your car to ride? They might took that and picked up some hooker or anything.
You're gonna regret this someday, though, Cold Conscious. Come like 2060, you're gonna be telling your grandkids, "I could have been part of the revolution, but I didn't let those kids take my car." You know?
No, I could have been part of the revolutions, but I just didn't like liquor and jeans enough.
Apparently not. One motherfucker walked out with like 50 pairs of goddamn jeans. How did he carry all these jeans in his fucking car? His arms is beyond me. I swear, black people, some of y'all just make me sick some goddamn time.
There was the video of the woman on CNN. She had hangers and everything for them shirts. Walked to her car, and like with the camera on her, is like fiddling with it. I'm like, yo, you know we can see your whole car on TV, and we know where you live.
Listen, these bitches was stealing fucking toilet paper and trash. Never seen like it before my goddamn life.
Oh, for people who don't know, track is hair extensions. Just throwing that out there. Y'all, no. By the way, you guys laugh. Actually, Alone in the Dark, you should know how much hair shit costs.
Oh yeah.
That was probably the wisest theft.
Here's the outfit that I got on. I'm about to go. I got my fuck 'em up on. All black and the army, and you can probably see it. I'm not sure you can see it or not, but the army goes strong. Yeah, I bet you. Hold on.
Motherfuckers, he's walking around playing the national anthem dubstep.
He's got a Dare bumper sticker on his fucking ass.
Can you see me? I'm part of the revolution now. Let's go.
No, man. Black.
Black.
I don't see you.
Yo, I gotta go. You fuckers are stupid right now. I gotta go. Come on. Let's wrap this thing up.
I don't need Denver peeking on my ass.
There
we
So
go.
to America, just know, at any point in time, wherever you are today, if you're in a seriously dark area, you know Call Conscience might be right next to you.
Probably. Okay, I'm gonna say, if you guys want to get to the parting shots, I have a parting shot.
Oh, go ahead. Shoot it. Let's go.
You guys go first. Mine's gonna be last, obviously.
Oh, no, I'm done. I got nothing. That was it for me. That was fantastic.
My parting shot is, hey, keep it up, cops. You're doing a good job.
God damn. This girl just ran over the curb and everything. Oh, wait. Wow, is it racist if I state as a fact that an Asian woman just ran over the curb?
Yes.
No, that's a fact.
That's what I was like. I think it's a fact. I just saw her do it.
All right. That's it. Parting shot.
All I gotta say is, I know if there was rioting going on in my fucking place, I'd be robbing the goddamn Whole Foods, man. Finally gonna get myself one of those fucking $45 cheesecakes, okay?
Man, I thought you'd have been going for them steaks.
I don't care about no cruelty-free steaks. You fuckers did. That's all I got.
All right, go ahead, Cole Conscience.
Okay, so now for the people who have been buying, thank you. We thank you a lot, and we have great news. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to tell this, but I'm going to tell it anyway. So he'll come fight with my ass tomorrow when he sees me. But tomorrow we are starting production for the next Never Silver Spoon album. Tomorrow we'll be going to the studio. We're starting another production, and we're shooting for next year around the same time to probably release it. We're not 100% sure yet, but we're going into the studio tomorrow, and production will begin tomorrow. So people who are buying the album right now, streaming on Spotify or Tidal and everywhere you can buy music at, we like to say thank you, and we have more coming. So just stay tuned, and we have a lot more coming. We'll probably start recording just a little bit and putting it on our YouTube to show you the production process. You know, we'll get a little bit more in depth of the production process this time. So there you go. We're starting production tomorrow. Slow Chemical is actually in Maryland now. Hopefully he's out the fucking curfew. So we'll see how it goes. We have a few ideas, and we're looking to you know, get everything going for you guys.
Expand the brand, baby. Expand the brand.
Sounds good. I need you guys working hard because I need that money, man.
I know, right?
We're banking a lot on you here at Dare to Disagree. We're getting the views. You guys are making.
All right.
All right, we're shutting this shit down. We'll see you guys next week, same fucking time, probably 7 to 8 minutes late. And you guys have a wonderful week. Send me one of those cheesecakes.
Yeah. Hey, if y'all get something nice, man, get some of them FUBU jeans. Nobody cares about them anymore.
Tell you what, we need to be watching eBay, man. I bet you could be a lot of nice shit on there real quick.
You know what? Actually, no. I don't think most people have internet. I'll be quiet.
All right, see you guys next week.